Okay, we hit a dub today. Not the biggest trade and not the smartest trade, I'll be honest. But again, I accepted the risk today because I don't know. I saw my setup perfectly at the perfect time frame. I took it. Powell spoke at 9:30 a.m., so I didn't think news was going to be too volatile at 10 a.m. But again, I was wrong. We're wrong once in a while, and most of the time. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. We hit our TP today. I tried to let my emotions not take over. I could have cut the trade short, but again, I accepted the risk. If I would have lost, I would have lost. And again, we let it run and ended up playing out in our favor. But bear with me on this video because it is like 100 degrees in my house because, again, I'm getting air conditioning fixed right now. They're here fixing that, and it is literally like a sauna in my office. So other than that, let's get into the trade. This is the trade we took. So we'll go to 30-minute time frame. Okay. So 30-minute time frame, right? This was my bias for the day. Asian session, we came up, manipulated, started going down, consolidation during London session, and then 8 a.m. New York session opens, sweeps out a high time frame, draw on liquidity. I expected us for at least to take out a high time frame, draw on liquidity of buy side liquidity, and then maybe start continuing down, which the market is starting to do. But I was really set on these draws and liquidity above. So as we can see, we go to the 5-minute time frame, or the 15-minute first actually. Let's go because again we saw a 4-hour sweep on Nasdaq, but ES didn't come down, so we formed a 15-minute S&T, bullish S&T, after coming into this 1-hour imbalance also. So we formed a 15-minute S&T. Nasdaq formed a low and a lower low. ES formed a low and a higher low, right? So I scaled down to the 5-minute time frame, and as we could see, we broke structure to the upside on Nasdaq around 8:50 a.m., so 40 minutes before market open. And then on ES, we broke structure to the upside around 9:35 a.m., so around market open. What I saw is we formed a 5-minute imbalance down below here on Nasdaq. We didn't have one on ES. That's why I took this trade on Nasdaq. And I saw if we went in the 15-minute time frame also, we had this 15-minute imbalance that got disrespected at 9 a.m. on Nasdaq, and then on ES it got disrespected at 9 a.m. also. So I wasn't worried about that 15-minute imbalance sending us to the opposite direction. So we marked that out. What I saw is we broke structure to the upside, so we're bullish on the 5-minute time frame, right? And then we have an order block right here, 5-minute order block, and a 5-minute fair value gap. So around 9:40 a.m. we come back down, correct? Come into this 5-minute fair value gap and order block. And I'm looking at Nasdaq because if we look at 9:45, ES took out these hourly highs and these hourly highs and almost London session highs. So I thought we'd at least be able to take out these 1-hour highs and these 15-minute highs on Nasdaq before it's even continuing downward. So again, we did have news at 10 a.m., which I honestly fucked up with and got a little bit too cocky. We see my setup and thought, hey, maybe we can hit take profit before news comes out, or when news does come out, it'll skyrocket up and hit our take profit. So again, I got a little bit lucky on this trade. I will be honest with you guys, but again, I trusted my experience and my overall bias and my entry. In worst case scenario, we would have lost a little bit of money on these accounts. That's part of trading. You're going to lose one day regardless. It would have been one trade. It's not like I was full porting the account to blow them. But again, the trade ended up playing out. I held the trade because I've been trying to work on my emotions a lot lately and just trusting myself because, again, I've been trading for a long time. It's just experience. And again, as we can see today, it ended up playing out in our favor. So let's scale down into the 1-minute time frame, right? As we can see, price came down to this 5-minute fair value gap, bullish fair value gap, and this 5-minute order block right here. So I scaled down to the 1-minute time frame, and right before the macro closes, look, I'll X this out because we had two bearish fair value gaps first, right? So we had 1-minute bearish fair value gap. So we had this 1-minute bearish fair value gap, which gets disrespected on this candle, and then we had another 1-minute bearish fair value gap right here, another small one that almost got disrespected with just one candle, but again, this candle ended up disrespecting it. So what I did is I stayed patient, right? And I still stayed on the 1-minute time frame. So we'll go to our 1-minute bullish fair value gap. We formed a 1-minute bullish fair value gap on those moves, right? We ended up coming down into our 1 minute bullish fair value gap, and then we got buying pressure out of it and broke structure back to the upside on the 1 minute. So what did I do? Because again, this would have been a trade that I take 10 out of 10 times if we didn't have news at 10 a.m. I decided to take the damn trade, right? Again, I broke one of my rules with trading on news, but I accepted the loss if it didn't go in my direction, okay? We ended up entering around, I think it was 8:10 or something like that, because this candle came down. Where's 8:10? So we ended up entering around 8:10 because this candle came down. I put my stop below these lows, correct? And then my first take profit was these hourly highs, and London session highs. But you could see what happens here, right? So I thought, hell yeah, we're coming up. We're about to get our take profits hit at least, and then go back to break even if news comes out. But nope, we wanted to start continuing down, right? We continued down. So I started shitting my pants, and I started sweating even more because, again, I started sweating already because it was hot as balls in this house. And we ended up coming down and almost taking out our stop loss. And again, I was on the micro because on my broker account, it's on micro. This candle came down like 3 ticks away from stopping us out on this news candle. So we almost got stopped out there. Price came back up, put us at break even, came back down, back at break even, a little bit of profit, back at break even, almost stops us out. And then I decided to hold this trade even more because, again, we inversed this 1 minute fair value gap. Then we broke structure on the 1 minute, and then we inversed this 1 minute fair value gap. So I said, hey, I'm holding this trade until our take profits hit, but I set one take profit at these highs after how far we got down, and I already held the trade for like 15 minutes. And then I also put my second take profit at these 15-minute highs, and I put my final take profit at these 1 hour highs. Because again, ES already took out all these 1 hour highs, not London session highs yet. So I said, hey, if we're going to come for London session highs on ES, we at least have to come take out a 1 hour draw on liquidity on NASDAQ. And then we ended up literally top ticking that and taking our full take profit, and then the market dumped in the opposite direction. So I don't know. It was a 1 to 2.4 risk to reward, not the best. But again, it hit. I trust myself. You can take this however you want to take it. I think this is a learning lesson for me also. But I don't know. With the experience of trading for a long time and just having, I don't know. I really thought that those 1 hour highs would at least get hit, all those draws and liquidity above. And they did end up hitting on both indexes. And I saw a perfect setup. I took it. And look, it almost hit our stop loss. But again, I didn't let emotions take over. If we would have lost, we would have freaking lost. It's one losing trade that's not going to blow my accounts. It's not going to wipe me out from anything. It would have just been a loss, and then we continue on with the next day. But it ended up playing in our direction. We hit our TP, and it played out in our favor, which is nice. So, again, it's part of the game. I'm definitely going to journal this trade. I do journal all my trades, but I'm definitely going to write special notes in this one because, again, I did break one of my rules trading before news, which I shouldn't have. But I saw my setup, I took it, I accepted the risk because there was news, and it still ended up playing out in our favor, which is nice. But other than that, I appreciate everybody who subscribed to me. I really do love doing this stuff every day. So far, we are 1-0 on the week. We only taken one trade. This was the one trade, and we're just going to continue on with the entire week and see where the week takes us. So I appreciate it, everybody. Keep tuning in for the YouTube. The Mastro Futures 2.0 blueprint has started. So again, I'm going to post a video every day or every other day for you guys, and we're just going to keep that going and see how long it takes to get that thing finished because I think we're going to make around 50 videos for that. So again, I appreciate it. Like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.